Morning, everybody. You're welcome to the Daily Digest, the first of the week. Okay, this is Christmas week, but for us in the studios here, there's no Christmas. We'll be on duty, so we'll be having Diabumi tomorrow, and it's a special Christmas edition, and we're bringing an expert to talk to us tomorrow. So we'll have our own Uzo here, Uzo Matic. We'll have her here tomorrow for this, a bumper issue, Christmas issue of the Daily Digest, Diabumi. Now, on Thursday we have, I bumped into a lady who I actually thought was an undergraduate. I bumped to her on Facebook. You know, she was making, what I do sometimes when I'm looking for guests is I find guests even from interacting with them on Twitter and so on. So I bumped into this lady, and I thought she was an undergraduate. So I said, okay, come on Thursday, let's have a kind of youth forum, so that, you know, we can have sit down and talk about our country. And so she said yes. She said, but can I bring my son along? So I thought when she was talking about son, I thought it was one Ikoko, you know. How old is your son? She said 22. I said, what? So I said, no, we're going to change the whole thing. So mother and child will be here tomorrow. It's the first time I'm going to do it, where a mother and a grown child will be talking about Nigeria as it affects them. And that unique discussion is going to take place tomorrow. Then on Friday, I'm bringing you a Christmas special. There's a musician I discovered about 4 or 5 years ago. She also plays the guitar very, very well. Her name is Korie. And I've told her to come on Friday with her guitar. We'll just sit back, talk about a bit about her career, and spend more time listening to her music. Today is a treat that I promised you. I have Jide Ajani here. Jide, you will know, was the one who wrote the beautiful article about comparisons between Nigeria and Ghana, the electoral processes. So I thought I'd bring him in, and he's here. I like to say that with guests like Ajani, you know, my business is made much easier. He was even here before me. You know, so I'd like to thank him for that. And on your behalf, I thank him for taking it serious to be here on time. Jide is the general editor of the Vanguard, and so you're like the MD, isn't it?
No, I'm not the MD.
Oh, okay. So what general editor? You have only one publication.
No, we have 3.
Oh, because of
Saturday
and Saturday.
And about 4, Alio. There's another publication, Alio.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that.
No, it's always it's an insert in
the Sunday, yeah. And because Sundays are paperless days for me. I don't go near any paper. Jide, thank you very much. It's nice of you to have come. Jide was also one time SA Media to Governor, what's his name now?
Makinde.
Governor Makinde, and you did that for
just about 2 years.
Just about 2 years, okay. But generally, Jide has been a writer and an editor all his life. I'd like to give Jide the credit of having having been the one to have alerted me yesterday that the president was going to have a media chat. Okay, so I saw it somewhere and my mind just went off it until he called me to say, hey, well, I hope you're not sleeping now. Come and hear the president is on a media chat. By the way, what did you think of that media chat yesterday?
Neither here nor there.
Yeah. Do you think it was... No, that's a leading question. What were your impressions? I wanted to think, do you think it was worth the while? Let me tell you what I believe. First of all, you know, this program is not interviews, it's discussion. Yeah, so I'll be throwing in... I felt that whilst it was necessary, it would have achieved very little in his favor. He came out as... I would say he exhibited arrogance. From his attitude and his body language and the way he spoke, it was that he couldn't be bothered what anybody thought, and he was ready to run everything down you, which is his character. Woke up one day and said subsidy is gone. Woke up one day and said we're changing the national anthem, you know, and things like that. National anthem is particularly painful that this president did that, because it's something that even if you felt there was a need, it should have been open to consultations, especially more from the public than even from his political constituency. We woke up one day and we said the anthem has been changed. And I said this morning critically, I don't want to repeat what I said, but I said that even President Babangida, who was a military man, showed a bit more empathy when decisions had to be taken. I think the president's advisors told him to come out tough. You know, sometimes the advisors could say, Excellency, you should know, you are secretary governor. Come on, Excellency, you need to show how tough. You need to show everybody. And there are enough people to hail you into the wrong direction.
No, if I can.
You can come,
yes.
You
know, you cannot teach a man to become left-handed at old age. So it's
a disaster waiting to happen.
His character is. But in terms of being the first, at least, people have been talking about why is he not doing it? Yes. So he's done one. It's left for the people to gauge what they think of.
So do you think it was done just to fulfill all righteousness, or there was a serious intent behind it?
You know, without the power of clairvoyance, it's the people who arranged it for him that we would have to ask that question. But in my view, if you ask me, I don't think it was necessary. That's my own personal
Okay,
view.
so why immediate chat would have been nice, but there were two things that, I think to play safe, they would pick those who are favorably disposed towards them. And the fact that it was recorded means that there is a possibility that some of the things that they consider unsavory could have been... Yes. And I was telling the audience, and correct me if I'm wrong, in my career, I've never done recorded interviews of that nature. I've had, even during the elections, I've had presidential candidates who they would set up in some hotel or some place and they come and interview him. I say, no, come to the studio. So, and I want it live. So, so that there are no, to use a local word,
maybe we can cut the advisors or the aides some slack here, because they, like I said, they are the ones who know the reasons behind staging it. Because if you notice, the information came a bit sudden.
Yeah, it was sudden, yes.
Exactly. So they
you think it was rushed?
They would have assessed the situation and would have come to a reasonable conclusion that this is the best time to do this media chat.
But what do you think, from what you saw, do you agree with me that I think they just wanted to show some tough stance?
No,
or it was that it turned out that
President,
way?
If you've watched President Tinubu over the years,
yes,
you would have observed that there was nothing he did yesterday that was new
or out of character
to his persona. Yeah, that is President Tinubu for you. The only challenge I have is that the aides would have to be stronger on their own beat in terms of properly managing him to achieve the utmost. Because no leader sets out to punish the people. No leader sets out to misgovern.
Yes, that's yes.
Yeah, but some exigencies come up that throw up challenges that are a bit, scattered, and then you have this upside down, up and down situation where people lose control. So it's always better for the aides to be strong. But then when you have a strong character, like President Tinubu, who has always enjoyed, if you notice when he was governor in Lagos,
yes,
it's the same thing. And he will tell you, I know what I'm doing, I know what I want to do. And let's not miss this fact. In my view, I think President Tinubu is a very, very lucky individual. And I only pray that he does not take that luck for granted.
Blow it, yeah.
Yes. He's been blessed by God, in my view. But my prayer for him is that he shouldn't blow it.
How do you think he might blow it?
Just your observation of how the session went yesterday.
Yes,
because like you were trying, that means it's so bad that you are now comparing him to Babangida's empathy.
Oh,
when the SAP riot happened in 1989, he immediately did something, and you could see even the speech after the SAP riot of 1989. You could see manifest demonstrable empathy from a leader.
Yes.
That is where I think President Tinubu needs to be worked on more by the aides. So many things are happening around him. But he has to Nigerians are a very nice people. All they want is a leader who will show empathy. I can tell you, the tension, even some of the things people are angry about, is not so much of the pain they are going through. It's so much of the response they see, the attitude. Level. Exactly.
The luxuries. I'm surprised nobody asked him about the cars, renovation of the VP's house, little things like that are of more, believe you me,
the Escalade.
So the Escalade and all these things that are a bit of more importance to people than technicalities of tax and he said, for example, he's not going to do anything about corruption. How would a president say that?
He gave his own understanding of how he's tackling corruption.
Yes, he said no, you must always. One of the problems we have in this country is that people are never brought to book for bad behavior.
Yeah,
people of influence.
Without consequence of bad behavior, it thrives.
It thrives.
That's what we are. If you remember in, I think 2014,
yes,
the presidential media chat with President Goodluck Jonathan that we had a session like this about, he was also asked about corruption. But his own interpretation of the question fell flat, just as it happened yesterday about response to corruption.
Did you notice that he went off track a few times?
That could be scripted, because at times, if you want to deflect, you just deliberately go off track and you say some other things that are not relevant to the issue.
You think it was a ploy?
No, it's a ploy in communication, just so that there will be no gap. Because if you have a president who looks blank suddenly, then people would, just like the Biden Trump.
Yes.
Biden was making sense, but he wasn't seen as cerebral and on point because there were gaps and you could see some blank moments. So if you're communicating at times, just you can keep talking and talking and talking, and even if you're not making sense, you just keep talking.
Because part of my problem is that, and you've been close to governance. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nigeria needs leaders who are hands-on, because the bottom is relatively weak. The civil service has been weakened over the years because of the kind of recruitment process that has been completely compromised. Yeah. So whether you like it or not, you do have a large number of incompetent people. I'm sorry to use that word, but that's what it is. You do have, in this case, in the era of nepotism, which is very high. Whether Buhari did it or not is neither here nor there. It shouldn't happen. When you have that level of nepotism, the loyalty falls flat.
Spiced by sycophancy.
Yes, it falls flat.
Someone said something some time ago, and it was very, 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 very instructive. If you praise God very, very well, the Almighty God, if you praise Him very, very well, He's moved to do more for you. That is what we are told, and it manifests, it's demonstrated. Okay. So that's Almighty God. You can now imagine a mere mortal being eulogized, being deified. You need divine help to be able to manage it. But unfortunately, most of our leaders, they fall for sycophants. And it's worse when you say a leader should be hands-on. Nobody knows everything.
Exactly.
So if you have people who are around you, who are confident and can speak truth to power, then your job is half done. But then if you have people who try to study the body language and who are trying to act in consonance with expectations of their colleagues, because it's a bit, governance is not as easy as people think. You are the best president is the one who has not become president. The best governor is the governor who has not become
governor.
Exactly. But once you get there and the realities hit you, a minister once said something. He said, we keep blaming NLC. NLC will threaten to go on strike. Government will call them. After 2 or 3 meetings, NLC will back down. The general conclusion by the masses who are
compromised.
Exactly. But confronted with facts, figures, the raw data, NLC would at times just back down. But unfortunately, it's the way the outcome is communicated to the people that becomes a problem. Because if the communication is bad and the optics are as bad as the communication, then you would have a problem.
So we can conclude from what you say And I hope the Bayo Onanuga and his team would realize that optics matter the most in these things.
Yeah, they know what to do. The issue, they know what to do. The strictures, like, because I've been there at that minuscule level.
Yeah.
So I understand the challenges they are also facing.
Yeah.
I understand quite well. But at the end of the day, if the president does well, his team will be seen to have done well. If there are issues with the president, his team will be seen to have issues. That's where I think they need to. But they have to persevere and ensure that the right things are done.
But from what you said originally, that the man is not really disposed to. I think he has a mind of his own.
No, I didn't say he's not disposed to. I only said you do not teach a man to become left-handed.
Left-handed, yes.
His character is his character. Unfortunately, there was this debate in those days before he became president. Nigeria is not Lagos. There are things he did as governor in Lagos that were just as good as nobody would hold me. Mm-hmm. But you are dealing with different types of people,
different nationalities.
There will be sabotage, all manner of things. So the template for governance in Lagos, whereas some of them can be used at the national level, you cannot stick to that same thing and expect to achieve.
You know the dangerous thing now, we've derailed from the reason why you are here. We were going to make a comparison between, but it's just as well that you are here a day before. So my God, we are almost halfway gone. Do we continue along this gist and you come another day?
No, you've said, no, there's a part of it that you talked about, the recruitment process.
Yes.
And that's where the issue of elections, integrity of elections,
so
the managers.
Let's go straight to that. Yes.
I started reporting INEC in 1987.
Good.
When Professor Emeawa was national chairman. His director of public affairs then, he's still alive, Professor Tony Redia.
Yes.
And then I was a young man, so I was in the midst of very experienced reporters. And there were some exclusives I did that time, which included, you just grab a document here, grab something there, right hand. So over the years, you've been able to build that base of sources that would always help you. And what I wrote last week, which was published by Vanguard, that would not be the first. In the run-up to 2015 general elections, there was this debate about allocation of 30,000 polling units. It became very contentious. And that's where communication also comes in. Professor Jegawu was chairman then, felt some parts of the North were disadvantaged in terms of the distance from where people lived and where they would have to go and vote. So they created 30,000 extra polling units across the country.
Yeah.
But then the North got more than 23,000 of those 30,000. The remaining 7,000 or so was for the entire South. So that became a problem. It became a real problem. Now, that was run up to 2015 elections. Now, 2019 elections, INEC made requests for the purchase of a server. If you remember, Atiku's petition was based largely on the fact that there was a server in INEC. Once they bring the server, they download the content. They were sure that to show that he won the elections. Unfortunately, INEC got to the tribunal and said, we are supposed to be in custody of this server. We do not have a server. That went. So for the 2023 elections, if you noticed, the INEC chairman did a lot of work, and we have to give him credit for that. He mobilized Nigerians such that people were really primed, not just Peter Obi alone because of the obedient movement. No, the INEC chairman himself, based on his pronouncements, made Nigerians feel very comfortable. Exactly, because he talked about beavers, he talked about the IREV, and that election results would be uploaded. But then there was this issue that there was always back and forth between what I was writing and publishing and what INEC was saying. Now, for any election to enjoy the benefit of integrity, the processes must be well laid out and the processes must be followed and also be seen to have been followed. Unfortunately, the contention then was, would INEC upload results from polling units directly to its server and then simultaneously to IREV? Now, the INEC server is only accessible by a few of those who are there. The IREV is the one that is accessible to members of the public. So for the integrity of the elections then, the argument was, if you upload to the server, that's your own server, INEC, why not upload simultaneously to the IREV? Because if it's onto the IREV, you are sure that the people would also have access to it.
Okay, we have to take a break now, okay? I've been speaking to Jide Ajani, he's general editor of the Vanguard. We were talking about comparison between the electoral process in Ghana and Nigeria. And then, of course, we first of all went on the media chat yesterday, which is quite expected. We'll be right back immediately after the break. Don't go away. We'll take your calls and your views then. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment.
Listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's Christmas season, a time to show family and friends how much you care and value them. La Turner offers a wide range of products for everyone who deserves a gift. You can choose from any of our life-enriching products such as Bibles, business, children, and Christian books. We also have educational toys for children, home and office fragrances, gift items, bags and wraps, greeting cards, journals, and unique stationery. And guess what? We also have musical instruments, Bluetooth speakers, and much more. So visit the store today on plot 1611 Adeola Hopewell Street near Nigerian Law School, Lagos Campus, Victoria Island, Lagos. You can also shop online at www.laturnerbooks.ng. For inquiries, please call 0803-301-4462 or 0810-023-4441. On Instagram, we're at Laturner Books, and on Facebook, we're at Laturner Ventures. You can send an email to sales@laturnerbooks.ng. Laturner, lifestyle hub for book lovers.
Start your day and have a good time. Kivo Krima. Where you need to have the break time. Kivo Krima. It's not tea, or garita. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima.
You know, every time people taste my meals, they always ask me the same thing.
What's that?
They want to know what's your secret. How do you make it so flavorful and delicious?
I've been wondering the same thing. Your stew always has that rich color and smooth texture. Spill the secret jar.
Tomato Jaw's tomato mix. The tomatoes are grown with love locally. That's why it's so fresh. Just taste it. Tomato Jaw's makes it burst with flavor and yummy goodness.
Wow, this tastes delicious. I need to try that.
Yeah, so you don't need anything extra. Tomato Jaw's with rich color and the great taste.
Buy Tomato Jaw's tomato mix today. Made with love from farm to kitchen. Manufactured by Tomato.
Yes, so season's greetings from Polaris Bank. We be the digital bank of the year. On top the matter of the board, management and staff of Polaris Bank, we want to say big thank you to all our customers and partners for all our support and patronage. We dey look forward to serving a better for the new year. Don't forget to download Vault for Google Play Store or iOS App Store today. Make banking easy and secure.
When I say golden, you say penny. Golden penny. Golden penny. Wake up to breakfast with my golden penny. And enjoy my best choice. Nourishing goodness every morning. Oh, when I walk up in a play, yummy dishes every day. Mama's recipe they upgrade. Oh, when she's using golden penny for lunch or dinner, quality they deliver. Crunchy snacks, golden penny. Serving happiness, nourishing families. Golden penny, yummy golden, yeah. Delicious golden penny, delicious golden penny.
Make this season special with Golden Penny Foods. Enjoy delicious meals that bring joy, warmth, and love to you and your loved ones. Season's greetings from Golden Penny, home of good foods. Serving happiness, nourishing families. Yum!
I miss the man I married. He never said no to anything I asked him to buy. But since he made massive profits from his first home in Horizon Estates, everything changed. Now, all he seems to do with his money is buy more homes at Horizon Estates because he wants more massive profits. New car?
No, Let's save up to buy a home in Horizon Estates.
Vacation with the kids.
No, now. A home in Horizon Estates will pay for it later.
Even in his sleep. Horizon Estates. Give me back my husband.
If you must be complained about, let it be for a good reason, like earning massively from a home in Lekki.
Own a two-bed apartment in Oniru, Victoria Island at 172.5 million naira outright payment when you buy 3 units.
Terms and conditions apply. For more details, call 0700-123-9002 or visit hzelekki.com or visit our office at 3rd Roundabout Access, Lekki Phase 1.
Hey John, see, I know say you dey save, but why you no dey invest to grow your money?
Guy, that investment something no easy. I be dey try to understand the thing. I then say, go and beer, they do something for market. I fall out one time.
Oh, that one a long thing. See, I get ARM1 where they help me arrange my investment. No story, no wahala.
ARM1? Which one be that?
My brother, ARM1, now the app from ARM, the Ogbonge company for investment for Nigeria. The app go help you they invest to take grow your money. If it even take do target saving or lock and make it they grow for future run. The best partner say you don't need plenty money to take fall in. Me, I start with only 1K.
Oh boy, it be like say this ARM1 at the wheel. I don't fit it falling now.
Yes, so yeah, sharp. Download ARM1 for your Android or Apple phone today.
ARM, invested in your tomorrow. As the year closes, Power Oil thanks you, our resilient community. Through challenges, you've shown strength, creating moments that matter. Together, we've walked for healthy hearts, celebrated life, and cooked meals filled with care. Your resilience inspires us to keep supporting your health and well-being. This season, let's continue to make meals that matter, cherishing love and hope into the new year. Merry Christmas and a powerful new year from Power Oil.
Power Oil. Power Oil.
Every person in my life deserves breakfast. Brother me deserves all the nourishment he can get. Mama Nkechi Unko, she has such a big heart. She deserves a breakfast that can nourish her. And let's not forget my little sister. This Peak Mini is just her size.
There's nourishment for you with the Peak Mini Pack.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Stay sharp, fuel up, and make sure say you stay on top of your game. Power Horse go give you the boost where you need to conquer the day. Make sure say you no miss this unstoppable offer for Naija. You fit buy Power Horse 250 ml now for just 999 naira. But if you need to boost your ginger, you fit grab the 355 ml for only 1,299 naira. No dull yourself. Waka go the nearest store today. Make yourself power up. Power Horse, unstoppable you.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your pilot speaking. Today we have some special passengers on board. 3 Betano members are going to England to watch Aston Villa live. Congratulations, Emeka, Yemi, Ibrahim.
Play with Betano and stand a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to the UK to watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa. Play responsibly. Available only to those over the age of 18. The promo is valid from November 1st to February 28th, 2025.
Nigeria, brace yourself.
Brace yourself.
Boxing Day will never be the same. Balmoral Group, in collaboration with Game Rush, presents Chaos in the Ring. A night of explosive boxing action featuring multiple thrilling bouts, capped off with the ultimate showdown. Taiwo Eshekbo Agbaje, a boxer forged from the grit of the streets, takes on Ring 1, real showboy Lawal, a decorated military officer trained to dominate, for the undisputed IBO All-African Featherweight title. This fight isn't just about title. is a stand for resilience, a fight for our lives. You can't miss this electrifying night of boxing like you've never seen before. Enjoy pulsating music, mouth-watering food, epic celebrity bouts, and so much more. All goes down on Boxing Day, December 26, 2024, at the iconic Balmoral Convention Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. Chaos in the ring. Be there to witness history. Get your tickets now.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria
Info. Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment.
Yeah, you're welcome back to Daily Digest with Jimi Disu, and I still have Didi Ajani here, and we're looking at we're trying to compare the electoral process in Ghana, which produced what was considered a free and fair election, and that of Nigeria. Did you go to Ghana before you wrote the story, or is your observations from here?
No, we had sources there who are who are giving on the spot.
So what are because we have to see if we can touch a few things.
Yeah, we would. But the very first thing that was done in Ghana was that they had this electoral commission chairman, Afari Gyan.
Okay.
He came in because they also had issues before.
Yes.
So once they settled it in 1992, by 1993 they appointed Afari Gyan as their electoral commission chairman. And because the man came in with so much goodwill, integrity, he was able to manage the fallout of the nonsense they had before. And he conducted about, I think, 4 or 5 elections. And each time it got better, it got better, it got better. So by 2014, when they discovered they would be leaving, by 2015, they had a problem. That how do we get somebody to replace this man? His deputy, some people didn't actually want him. But at the end of the day, they got somebody else who took over and continued along the same trajectory. That is a major difference between Nigeria and Ghana.
So they had the will to do that.
Secondly, if you keep appointing people who have partisan links into your electoral management body, there's no way you won't have issues. And I'll give you an example. People still talk about the elections of 2015 by Professor Leah as being okay. What does the Constitution say? There is a section that says for you to appoint electoral commission chairman and commissioners, you must do it in consultation with the National Council of State. Jonathan did that. What that does is that National Council of State, you have former heads of state, the Senate President, the Chief Justice, and then the state governors. So if people had issues with the nominees, they could raise it there. So that by the time you come out with the list, it's one that has a buy-in of members of the Council of State. Jonathan did it. But the appointments made, I think last year or early this year, of presidential electoral commissioners, people raised the alarm and said the National Council of State, not even that, National Council of State had not met to be consulted with. But National Assembly passed, which was part of what was written in that report. In Ghana, it is not the same. And the mistake we keep making, in terms of technological advancements, what we've done in Nigeria is way ahead of what they have in Ghana. But because the will is there, if with your phone, if you don't switch on your phone, it will not work. iPhone 16 Pro Max or what is it? If you don't put it on, it will not work.
Yes.
So, and if you put it on and you manipulate it wrongly, you won't achieve the objective you want to achieve.
Yes.
So, no matter the technological advancement we have or we have put in place, if the human element is not taken care of, you are going to end up.
But I think for us it's more the lack of will on all sides. On all sides, and the lack of those who, let's just say, for want of a better word, in opposition.
So when you say all sides, how do you mean?
I mean all the parties, because you find that
the opposition raised the alarm about
they might have to go further than that.
So what would you suggest they do?
I can't say that on radio.
And that's why they too can act it.
No, they can.
Seriously,
they can.
Seriously.
Because that's the fulcrum. If you get that wrong from the onset, let me be very honest with you, Jide. I'm one of those who believe that we give our leaders too much leeway. In some other countries, it's not like that. We give them a lot of leeway. A president gets up and says, I've changed the national anthem. Who does that? You're awarding contracts like that, coastal, whatever, overnight. Who does that?
That will be reviewed. The cost will be reviewed.
That the cost will be reviewed again. Who does that?
Our president.
Yeah, you see, yes, and we do these things because there is no consequence for, and people are not ready. The man who is on the opposition today is hungry, he's ready to quickly shift over. You've seen a lot of that happening.
That's the weaponization of poverty. But if you say the opposition is not doing enough, the end bad governance protest, which was hijacked and then they turned it. So what? Like I asked, what would you have them do?
I can't say it on radio now.
And that's like I said, that's
because again, no, it's true.
That's why they took. That's why they took.
Yes, but we must always remember, if you want to enjoy a well-made omelette, you got to break the egg in the first instance.
The point you've made now, that's why the report we wrote then that we spoke about. Goodluck Jonathan, a president in need of help. I think, in my view, our dear president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, needs help, in quotes. He has the best opportunity to get it right. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's digress a bit. Look at the tax reform bills. What were people talking about? More consultations.
Yes.
More consultations. After the initial bravado and braggadocio of go ahead National Assembly, we ended up coming back to say, okay, let's consult, which could have been done first.
In the first instance.
Exactly. And you see, that's why I talk about the optics. It's the pain. Nigerians, they have very modest desires about what they want and their basic needs.
And to a large extent, some of them just want to be respected.
Exactly.
Which is the lesson that Babangida learned. That because during the IMF loan, we still ended up in the same place. But what he did is allow participation, and all that.
The feel-good factor is there.
And he reviewed the decision in such a way that it was a win-win situation, because we did actually take the IMF loan, but at least we got some of the
people spoke their minds,
the conditionalities, and people spoke their minds. And we are supposed to be running a democracy, Jide, and we do allow our president too much leeway. The National Assembly seems to be complicit in creating that environment.
The point I was trying to make about our president is that he has the best opportunity now to do good for himself and leave a legacy. You see, why do people talk about Awolowo?
Long after he's dead.
Decades after. If Yar'Adua, for instance, Yar'Adua came and owned up and said, gentlemen, the election that brought me in had issues. Let's take some steps to correct it. And they set up the OS committee and they set to work. Some of the recommendations are the things that are being put in place in the piecemeal mode now. But that created this air of goodness about Yar'Adua.
Yes.
So that even after his death, apart from the cabal that was trying to, and then the maybe refinery that he said they should revert the sale, people still talk about Yar'Adua in good terms, particularly because of the reforms he tried to engage in the electoral space.
Indeed, Jonathan, it's important. I don't think legacy is one of the things that are in the hearts of most Nigerian politicians. I think it's just that winner takes all immediately.
Which is transient.
It's transient.
It's just 8 years.
And when tomorrow comes, it can be deadly. It can actually be deadly if you don't take cognizance of that. We are going to open up our lines now, 0201-277-0993 and 0201-465-7190. Don't worry, if we are not satisfied with what we've done today, we can easily do another one, maybe by Zoom, because it was so much trouble for Jide to get here. Maybe we'll look for a Saturday.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. How are you?
This is Owolafe.
Morning, Mr. Owolafe. How are you, sir?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that man telling you the truth. He's a real journalist. Because let me tell you, you say something that I was so, well, that is your opinion, that the man is so proud. And the man tell you that it's not that he's proud. That is in the blood, the way he's talking, the way he's behaved. That is, it's not today that it started. I'm talking about PMB. I'm talking about Bola Tinubu, our president. You see, this reorganize of the population of that Ghana, can we compare with Nigerian? And the man tell you that the way they leave the former the chairman there, he really, the other one now continue. That is a good job. In this country, if you lose, that means the referee is not good. But if we win, the referee is good.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. You have a. Thank you very much, Mr. Owolafe. Point of correction, though, and I usually beg people to listen carefully when we speak. I did not say he is proud. I talked about the optics. Those are two different things. I did not say he is a proud man. It's not within me to say whether somebody is proud or not. That's not the way it works, and that's not the way I talk, and that's not the way we are brought up. But what we are talking about, sir, is the optics. There's something called optics. Optics means that the impression people are likely to go away with. I'd like to do that correction. And thank you. Yes. You want to say something?
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Yes, morning.
This is Git. I'm calling from K2.
Yes, sir.
Surprisingly, I'm in front of the IKDC office in Magodo at the moment. And I won't lie to you, sir. I am so livid. Listening to the president this morning, I was angry. Now, it's as if I'm on fire, Uncle Jimmy. Because
no, don't burn yourself out.
Things are not working, and it seems they are taking us for granted, Uncle Jimmy. I don't go lie, give you maybe about tech boy, and I looked at my body.
No, don't start that. Don't start that. Don't start that. Pick another call, please. We don't try and control your temper. You wanted to say something.
The point Owolafe made is about the average Nigerian.
Yes.
If the average Nigerian solves his personal problem, others can go to hell.
I don't even believe
that is. No,
I don't believe that our size is the problem.
It's not about size.
I think politicians use that. I think politicians use that as an excuse. It's not our size.
It's just our mentality.
In fact,
the average Nigerian, once he solves his own problem, others can go to hell. That's why on the road, you see, you look at the best way to size up a people. Is just look at what happens on the roads. If people can behave so disreputably on the road, when everybody can still see you,
yes.
Imagine what that person will do as an MD, a minister, when he locks the door of his office.
I even think that our size is an advantage.
It's an advantage, yes.
It's not an excuse for bad behavior. The problem we have is that we've thrown up a 4th, 5th, 11th.
Ghana and Nigeria.
In reality.
Let's compare Ghana and Nigeria. In Nigeria, our INEC.
Yes.
Unfortunately, those who appear to be doing well or to have done well in INEC, when the time comes for renewal of their tenure, they are the first to be kicked out. And I'll give you examples. There used to be one Professor Okechukwu Ebeano or so, a national commissioner. When the Anambra election happened, is
that the lady?
No. He's a man. He's a professor. Yes. Anambra election took 2 days. It was done twice. The reason being that there's some people they call RATEX in INEC. They are I've forgotten what rural area technicians. They are area technicians, but they are consigned to areas where if you have something that's a technical problem with your beavers, with the machine, they could quickly solve it for you. Yes. Now, what some of these politicians do is to take charge of those RATEX so that they can tamper with whatever is imputed before it even gets to the INEC server, before it gets to IREV. In Ghana, it is not like that. Now, that professor was the one that ensured that what they wanted to do in Anambra did not succeed. But when his tenure ended, it was not renewed. Now, there is another guy, is the director of ICT. Most of these beavers, IREV, card reader, his name is Chidi Nwafo. Just before this election of last year, he was transferred out and sent somewhere else. Meanwhile, other countries lean onto his
our political
intellect.
class are our greatest problem. There's no need to run away from that. Let's pick this call. Hello, morning. Morning. Morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, how are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the UK, Uncle Jimmy. My name is Uche.
Yeah, Uche, how are you? Quickly, because we need to round up.
I'm fine. Yeah, compliments. Yeah, I know we haven't got much time, but Uncle Jimmy, let me quickly disagree with some of the things your analyst is saying. You see, on paper, it may appear that nobody, comes into government will fail. But sometimes when you look at certain actions, deliberate actions, you begin to wonder, this man probably doesn't want the best for our country. And I'm not being particular about one person. We saw the trend with the previous president, Buhari. Nepotism was at the forefront, all kinds of policies. Even when the people said, no, this is not the way to go, the man kept to his guns, and look at where he brought the country. Now, this same party has produced another person in the same trajectory, and yet we make excuses for these people. Nobody wants to govern badly. That's not true. That's not true. And those are some of the things that I believe that Nigerians were part of the problem. Rather than speak out and tell these people the truth, we begin to massage things, we begin to romance it and say, no, this is not. Some people don't want this country to grow for whatever reason. The man was at the National Assembly a few days ago and told the people, oh, this is the 11th National Assembly. You all are coming back. How can you say that? Are you in their constituency? Are you going to, be the ones to re-elect them?
Okay, your 1 minute is up. Thank you.
For these people.
Thank you.
He has spoken well. But there's something called political correctness. I wish he had tackled you on why you couldn't make your suggestion on air too. Maybe that would have been better. So that you could have.
No, I'm guided by rules.
Unfortunately for Nigerians, it's not about APC or no. That's why I want to.
Very quickly. Sorry, Jide, I'm sorry to cut you short. We have just 2 minutes. How come none of our colleagues was able to ask the president about the nepotism that is existing, especially in favor of the Yorubas in this government? I'm surprised none of them came up with it. Or do you think they could have come up with it and it was edited?
No, I wasn't there, so it was difficult for me to come to judgment. But finally, on this issue of when PDP was there, they were supposed to be using primary school teachers as election officers.
Officers, yes.
But what happened? The politicians took over. Now, INEC went to the NYSC and signed a memorandum of understanding and said, look, we'll use youth corpers. What has happened again? Some of the youth corpers got compromised. Those who refused, some they brutally dealt with. So the question you now ask is, are we going to bring angels from heaven to come and take charge?
From the Vatican.
Exactly. Come and take charge.
I think we can take just one more reaction and then we'll have to close up because it's already 9:51. Do you have our WhatsApp page? Is it open? Let's see what we have there. Let me see now. Okay, we don't have. That's a very long one. No, that's a very long one. I can't risk reading it because I don't know what's in between. But finally, Jide, this discussion has gone only halfway. What do we do?
We have to keep pushing. That's the only way.
And you and I now, what do we do? We haven't finished our discussion.
No, just invite me.
Are you free on Saturday?
No, Saturday will be difficult, but I'll take the pins. Any day during the week, I'll come. Since it's meant to advance.
Okay, so we can do next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, that's 31st. I like the response.
I like Saturday because it should be relatively easy for you.
Because this Saturday and next Saturday, I have so much I'm handling that.
Handling. Yeah. Okay, we'll bring you. Anyway, Jide, thank you very much for coming. We've got to leave.
It's been a pleasure.
We've got to leave.
Thank you.
I thank you for your sacrifice. I mean, you got here quite early, and unfortunately, the sign of the times, I couldn't even entertain you with a lavish breakfast. This
that means you
owe me.
I owe
you. I will save up for your next visit.
Good.
Are you killing chicken tomorrow?
No, 35,000.
Wow. Oh, the
times are.
So which you go shop?
No, God, my God is good.
Your God is good. My God is good too. Me, luckily, I'll be at work, so I can make do with a little meat pie here and.
I'll be working too, but.
You'll be on that for keep forgetting.
I'll be working too.
That's a good savior for us. That's why we learned it for today. Hopefully, this time tomorrow it will be Christmas Day, and like I said, we are going to have a bumper issue. Uzo will be with me, and we'll do Dear Bumi together tomorrow, and it will be a total crack up. I can tell you, it's something whilst you are chewing the little that you have, whether it's chewing gum or you are chewing turkey or chicken. We will all have very, very good fun. So Merry Christmas in advance to all of you. I wish you all the best. And don't go away, because guess what's coming up next? What's Up Lagos? Feta is in the house. I think Stretch is also in the house. They'll be here to entertain you. Jide, thank you very much. That's why we'll end it today. See you tomorrow. Bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.